Hello guys, welcome to our stream. It is Signum Network's community meetup. You can ask questions on YouTube's chats. We will answer. So, hello Oliver
Hi. Hey. Has been a while.
and and hello Investor Boy from chat. So Oliver,
Hello.
what's new? What's new on Signum Network?
Oh, yeah. First, mainly today, I just will show what we call SNS. So it's like Signum name system. It's not really groundbreaking in the way that other chains have this. Something it's comparable with ENS, but it's an implementation of an SIP that we have since a while. And finally, I got some time to make this implementation come true. And I want to make a preview on that. It's still in an alpha version, but I'm really on the final straight. So when I just clean up the project a little bit and making more tests, I expect to release the first beta version on mainnet next week. Yeah, that's it. And I will go over that just a quick, hopefully a quick, I'm talking a lot and all this stuff, but hopefully a quick presentation. And in the end, I want to make an outlook of another development that is in parallel is running. That is mainly driven by Frank and iPro, but also I'm involved in that, supervising a little bit the reviewing and making all the more or less trivial and non-trivial things. And afterwards, there's a little bit I want to talk about certain projects I'm involved right now, which is on top of the Signum chain, giving like an outlook of what's going on, because there's something probably the last days and weeks due to vacation time and all this stuff, it was a little bit quiet. The entire crypto scene is quiet at all. And it seems like it's changing a little bit. I'm not sure. There are kind of feelings and emotions I have about that. And I would just like in the end giving some opinions of my personal opinions of that. But first of all, would like to show the SNS.
Okay.
Yep, cool. I'm not sure if there. While the presentation, we can answer if there come some questions coming up. We can answer them if it's related to the SNS. So, Shifas, can you confirm that I'm sharing my screen right now?
Yes, it is now full screen.
Okay, cool. So that is the new one. It's called a Signum name system, decentralized, simple, cheap, and it's built up on a feature which is relatively unique in crypto space. It's called aliases. We'll just recap this a little bit and how that works. People may already know that, for example, that on the Signum Swap platform, for example, we have, let me see, Signum Swap. Yeah, there we have aliases already. And just to recap, what is an alias in Signum? It's a data container you own, and you can write any arbitrary data in that data container. That means it's just an envelope you can use and do anything with that. And on top of that, we have some specifications. There are two main specifications which are related to this SNS, to the Signum's name system. So one is the SIP48. I will talk about this in a moment. Let me see if I can go to the SIPs here over. And the other one, we talked already about that. It's just making a recap. This is the SRC44. Let me see. That's here. Oh no, this is the compliance stuff. Let me see. 44 is here below. It's 44 is the descriptor. So we made a few weeks, even a month ago, let's talk about the structured information inside an alias. Not only alias, to be honest, in everything that have. So just all entities, relevant entities on the Signum blockchain can carry arbitrary data. So this is the account has a descriptor that can be changed either, which we are using for profile data. So you can upload, for example, using this structured information, like, for example, you can upload an avatar, which is being used already on the Signum Art platform in a certain way. So you can have your own images being shown up in the Explorer and in the wallets and all the stuff. We see that. And we have descriptions and many more. So this SRC44 is a way of structured information inside account data inside transactions. You can have this on transactions if you need this for application. I will talk about this later because I'm using this in a business case. We have this on smart contracts descriptions. So if smart contract is kind of has an anatomy of an account, you can put this there inside. You can put this in token descriptions, and so you can add structured information to all these entities. And another entity is the alias. So the alias is, as I said, is mutable. So you own this data container and you can change the data that is inside. And an extension on top of that is, which is still under, let's say, like review. This one here, it's not really final. That you can use the alias to resolve to URLs and even more to accounts and so on. So we can have this, I will show this later here on the wallet and so on. And the one thing is that you can have subdomains that you can, it's a little bit abstract what I'm telling you right now, but you can like have a bunch of information that helps you to resolve to certain things. So I would like to show this better is that because trying to explain the way I'm doing right now is like a little bit confusing. So first of all, the aliases. So this is the node. As you can see, it's running locally. It's still not accessible publicly. But if I connect with the wallet here, I can just like go in over and sign out. Connecting with my wallet. Right now, I'm in the mainnet, in the test net. Let me see just. If you see your testnet, here you can see already that there's kind of an image. This is because of the avatar of this account. This is an IPFS image for that account. And yeah, you can see that. So I connect here and it says, okay, open dashboard. And it's going over to the open dashboard now. It should load. It takes a little bit to load because I'm here on debug mode. And what you can see right now is similar to Namecheap or other domain platforms, you can have your domains. These are, of course, as you can see by the names, these are kind of dump names. And it gives you, says me something like, okay, I have 13 aliases over 2 top-level domains. So there's a top-level domain called Signum and another one, blockchain. I talk about this just in a minute. I have overall 9 domains and 4 subdomains. And this is what you can do. And there's the subscription cost of that. So since a hard fork a few months ago, we introduced the namespaces such we can avoid alias farming. So imagine that somebody is like buying thousands and thousands of names, which happened actually, which is normal because we are in a decentralized world and it's democratic and everybody can do what they want, more or less. And so that means that, for example, my name could be already occupied by somebody. Somebody just got my name and they say, oh, damn. And then you can go over to other TLDs. We call this TLDs or STLDs. And there are certain ones. Let me see if we have them. We have, for example, blockchain, coin, crypto, DAO, decentral, DEX, free, NFT. So all these ones are additional top-level domains. And there's even the possibility that you can buy your own top-level domain. So we have this. We did this already with Noster. So there is another top-level domain. It's called Noster. I have nothing on Noster top-level domain here on the testnet, but you can imagine that a little bit. That means I can have the same name in different namespaces, and that makes it difficult for other people to farm them. And even with the subscriptions, there are costs involved for people then. So that is like that way we circumvent or we avoid farming anyways. So if we go here and look these are the names of the aliases. And for example, if you see here something below, it's called K33. That's just the name, and Signum. So if I copy that one here and copying this over here in the URL and hitting enter, so you see that it's Deutsche Zeitung. Okay, why is this the way? Because if you look here, the URL which is linked to it, it's called Süddeutsche. This is a German newspaper. So I can go over there and I can even go further. If you look at this address here, this account number, if I open, for example, this one here and I put K33 and enter, you can see that K33 is resolving to this address. I can for example, put the super duper alias here, just to prove that this is differently going to send. And doing super, you can see that this is resolving exactly to this address. The XT wallet is at this moment just limited to this kind of way, but I need to extend this to support subdomains. I will talk about this in a minute. And so it's actually just name resolving what we're doing here. So I could go over there and say, like, okay, let's change this. I changed this to Signum network and continue. Not sure if you can see it right now on the screen sharing, but I'm just confirming with the XT wallet. So I'm confirming that. It's being processed right now by the network. And while this is being done, we need to just wait for a block. I get over and talk about the subdomains. So as you can see, some of these domains have subdomains. That means if I go over to clicking here into the subdomains, it's loading. Then the domain blah blah has one of 25 subdomains. And there's kind of a weird name here. This is being added. And the name of that is, I will change this a little bit to understand what this means. So I go here and make it like live. And say something like https youtube.com. And so continuing that, signing that, being processed also. While it's being processed, I can create new subdomains and create a new one and call it test live. I can give even another name. I can make it like that. Let me see if that really works. It would be interesting. And it shows me that there is a possible URL which can be resolved by the browser when the XT wallet is installed, which is called like test live emoji blah blah at Signum. This at Signum is the top level domain. There is possibility later. I need to adjust it a little bit to blockchain and all the other ones. You can add something here if I want to. I don't want to right now. Makes no sense really, but I do this that way. And it says like right now that it will be appended to the list of domains. And there is kind of that the blah blah w whatever is being linked together with the new one, which I'm just creating. So I'm linking that alias. Need one more signing. So at maximum, you have to do 2 signings, and we will just wait a little bit. So let's see if the block is already for the other one, if the change already happened. Oh, it's going back to the dashboard, reloading. And something weird happened. It has to happen weirdly. It's a problem here. Let me see something. As I said, this is still a beta version. I need to fix certain things. This looks weird. Why is it happening? There's some issues with the connection stuff. That happens. This normal. Let me just changing to another account to see the connection is working. I need to figure out what is happening. Okay, this is not okay. So it's still processing on the network. Okay, we need to wait. But that's actually all I can say about that. So this is like a management platform for domains and subdomains to resolve that one. So if I talk about subdomains, let me see. Yeah, we just need to wait for those coming over. Let me see in the.
So it will be publicly accessible. So I mean, everyone can create own domains and see this.
Yes.
This website.
Yes. Yeah, it will be. I will. I don't have any URL right now, but yeah, it should be possible. Not should be possible. It will be public in a next week. I expect to do this in next week. There's something with the wallet connection here. This is not working the way it should be. Yeah. As I said, it's still alpha or beta version, and he's saying that's weird. That is being processed, but they were already processed. Yeah, of course, this is demo time, and demo time means, let me see, like clear local data. I'm clearing them. So open dashboard. Yeah. Apparently, I need to improve the things a little bit more. It's not really that stable. That's okay. Okay. Remember that I changed that recently. So the subdomains here, and that changed that link URL. So if I right now copy that one and bringing over here, then it will be redirect to Signum page. You see, it's that was what we just changed here. And let me see if something else we did already. There's like, yeah, we had, for example, that one here. That is called, I'm not sure, there was kind of a live, I can't remember right now which I just created. Was it here on another one? Was it here? There's one more. I had one which I called live. Insert test. Where is it? I forgot it right now. No. Okay. Yeah. It's improving. You see, but let me just explain what is the subdomain stuff. So for example, we have here one, it's called SNA.K33. So I can copy the SNA, and this is pointing to the SNA step. I can just like do it like this. So then it's this part here is the subdomain. This is the domain, and this part is the namespace. And if I put this URL here inside, it's redirecting to the Signum Network Association. And you can do this with whatever you manage here. You can put your own one like code.oharger, and then I would maybe point this towards to GitHub, or you can even go further. Everything that's been understandable by the browsers bar here, like you can even redirect to IPFS content using the HTTP gateways to the IPFS protocol. That is all possible that we can do that. And yeah, that's actually all. I mean, it's like a domain system where you can just register the things. I just need to, as you can see, I need to improve certain things like inspection of the pending transactions and all the stuff. But yeah, that's actually all I wanted to show in that case. And that's coming up, some news from that part. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Looks nice. Looks nice. We have no questions.
No questions yet. Okay.
No.
This okay. It's no problem. And as I said, what's going on in parallel? I think there's something else interesting for people. So many people knows that there's Signum Swap, which is a platform which is incrementally getting more. This is the real one. Okay, let me see that. I'm just like going to test Signum Swap because we're working on that. But the Signum Swap platform is a decentralized platform for trading Signa tokens. We have already the staking pools. Maybe people remember that there are staking pools where you can like stake tokens and provide liquidity to those ones. And then on the other hand, we have something new that is here. It's still saying like we are working on, we're still working, but actually we are finalizing this feature already. So this is a preview of the liquidity pools. I don't want to talk about a lot of the liquidity pools because they will fill another session, and probably Frank will talk about this a little bit more. So then it's possible that you can swap tokens one with another in that way. That's pretty nice. And it's like Signa with TRT or TMG with TRT or whatever. So you can make these liquidity pools and swap around them. The nice thing is that because of our way the smart contracts are acting, there is no problem with sandwich problems and all this stuff. But these are things that will be presented in another session. So that's this. And I told you there's something about the aliases. I think Schiffers. This came up in the last weeks. I was working on the businesses where I'm involved in, so that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit more. I'm a little bit quieter in the community. Sometimes so I think I was more active in the past, but just like really a lot of things are going on. Some people know already that there is something with XT PropTech. This is the masterclass we are calling for. So this is something. This is what we're doing with XT, but it's coming up. It's just for the next sales round, xtp.com. So this is a Brazilian company which uses Signum to make payout of dividends and acquisition and make a kind of crowdfunding to get liquidity. You can say that to buy tokens, to buy assets in the United States. We are exploring new markets, new national markets in Brazil. I said that in the past we are still a private offer, but we are working with the local regulators to get, hopefully until the end of the year, a public license, so that we can do our license to make public offers. It will be limited in the beginning for Brazilian population only, and we are discovering new markets. That's what I can say. The real estate stuff is running, so I can show something. People doesn't know that. I can show that. Hopefully, um, let me see. So that's what this is a pool, and you can see that we have assets here. So these are real production values. I won't go into that, what it means here. Make your own opinions about that. I cannot tell you in details what's going on, because this. Okay, but what you do here is, for example, we have two assets here. These assets represents housings in the United States, and these are managed by aliases. So what we have here is, like, when we go over and to update data, like which is the current acquisition state. So we use the alias system from Signum to say, like, okay, that is paid. There's a certification pending that we received. Will we receive probably? Then we get a notification. This is the entire process of the acquisition there. And all the values here with accumulated costs and estimated market value of the acquiring or to be acquired asset, that is being updated by us through the Signum blockchain. So I'm just saying that a little bit. So we have this identifiers. You get in history here. This is quite new. As you can see, that was updated on 11 August, and we are working on that, getting more. So what I wanted to show you primarily is that we are using specific features of the Signum blockchain to manage assets, physical world assets. And it's going further in the future. We have more ideas. This year, for example, our data of a smart contract, which is running on, so if you look here and click over, you see that this on the chain is a smart contract. You say that this is a contract here. So just to show that it's possible to make business here. And we are doing business, actually. But the biggest challenge is not the technical one. The biggest challenge are processes, legal requirements to fulfill them, and all the legal stuff and all the tax stuff, and how we can just mount this within this new world still. I mean new because digital assets is something that is quite new. It's coming up right now. I know that the crypto scene working with similar, making this really backed by something physical is needs to be backed by legal stuff and by processes and all this stuff. And that is why we're getting audited in the near future, and we need to prepare for all this stuff. But that is what's going on. There are other things that I'm working on also. That is interesting because it's coming up into something that is called circular economy. And this seems to be a very good place where blockchain technology can be a very important complementary piece of technology to make tracking and all this stuff. And Signum is a blockchain that is capable of tracking things because we can just attach any kind of messages, like structured messages, for example, in the way of this SIP44, what I said, like you can JSON structured data put on the blockchain on transactions. Remember that what I showed at the beginning. And you can do it in another way if you want to. And we started on certain registration processes of, for example, recycling stuff, material recycling. And there's something boiling here in Brazil. I just assigned an NDA and and another contract just to work on that, so that we bring in on that part. So these are use cases for Signum which are a part of the normal DeFi world. And I personally, that is my very personal opinion on that is where we stand out, because we can do within the limits of the technology itself. So we cannot scale it up to, I don't know, tracking products like bottles or whatever of big manufacturers. But we can, for example, in that specific case, we can track how much recycled material is being used inside a new product that is coming out. And then you can say, like, big companies can say something like, okay, my shampoo bottle is made of 85% of recycled plastic, and I can prove that. And then it shows that you can track all this down into the entire chain. This is something that is coming up, and this is a big and huge market because manufacturers and big corporations are interested in that, of economical, but also of social reasons. So the big three letters are ESG here. And this is something, I don't know, but I would like to inspire people to think of that. I mean, it's a better way for going a good way for the entire world, for us to say that. And we are a very social environmental chain, but we have also the capability to support other social environmental friendly things using the technology, for example, in tracking. This is a very personal opinion on my side. And this is where I see a big future for us to shine in. And we are just stepping into those markets. I opened some doors here in Brazil and a little bit in South Africa. So on the other hand, we have Alistair, which is doing some very similar things. And that's cool. And it looks like this is a big market which needs to be discovered still. Yeah. Oh, what's that? I did that. That's all I wanted to tell you.
Okay, thank you. It looks good, and all looks fine. We have some questions. It's from Paul Poco about JOS. Maybe you have information.
He is.
Some kind.
Yeah, he's very quiet. That's actually true. He told us that he's working on a research project at this yeah, say that is university where he's working on. And so he comes up internally. We talk to him sometimes, but he seems to be very busy actually. And as I said, it's still vacation times, and then there were. It looks like a little bit. I'm coming back right now. You see, probably I'm sending some message in the Discord sometimes. But yeah, it's very quiet there. But he's still there, but he's less active. So.
Then comment about ESG. Can you repeat what it is as ESG?
ESG. It's environmentally social governance or corporation governance. ESG. Yeah.
So it is an idea that regular people can check about all about products, about what it is.
It's the responsibility to take over about social aspects and environmental aspects and even governance in your corporation to make the entire thing more you say like more impactant for the society and from the ambient or for the environment. And this is it's called here environmental, social, and governance. It's just all in Portuguese here, okay. But this is actually, which is a big thing, and it's getting into this what is called circular economy. Circular economy means what you produce, you will, as a producer, consume idly afterwards. This like to getting into the things of I produce some plastic, and if all went fine, I think this is not realistic to say that you can reuse or re-inject the produced plastic 100% into your entire production, but it's just like all about raising that so that you produce less new plastic, for example, from petroleum, but you just like bringing it back and making it really recycling, because what we call recycling today is not recycling actually. It's like you have something, you produce that, then you recycle it one time, a second time probably, and then it's going somewhere onto a landfill. So most times it's like European is like putting this on African continent. It's being there on the landfill or whatever. Or it's just like in the oceans and all this stuff. and it's more of that. It's like to combine your productivity or your production with this responsibility on that. There's another thing. It's called EPR. It's called extended producer responsibility, which takes the producer into responsibility within the entire concept of ESG. And it's also social, means like for the people, by the people, and all this, probably the diversity discussion and all this stuff also, but not really that. It's in that way. It's trying to get this into. And I learned yesterday, for example, something very interesting, because I talked to some people that they have something in the Arabian countries. It's called Sharia compliant. And this is something very similar to that. So if I heard Sharia as a Western person, I think like, oh, what's that? What they want to talk about. But it's about that you really like, in the sense of that you do something for the society, and you do everything you invest in is something for the better, for the society. That's the intention of the Sharia compliance. And that was new to me. I didn't know that. So, yeah. He's very shy, yes. Yeah, this was Sharia compliance was very new for me. But people, I think, from Dubai and all the Arabian countries, they know that what it is. What was the first time that I got in contact with it yesterday? Yeah, but it's like ESG. Yeah, actually, that's it. I think this is a great way to place us there in somehow, if we can. And yeah. Oh, there's something else I remember. I cannot say much because I let it up to Andy, but we have Andy Lamcott, which is a Hong Kong guy, and he's working on something with NFTs. So I'm supporting already a Hong Kong type developer on that, and he's working on something with NFTs and making a kind of I don't know, something to earn. You know, you do some challenges and you earn them something in back and all this stuff. But I cannot, because it's up to him to present it. Probably we can call him to let's talk one day and show what he's doing there, because Andy is pretty active there in that part of the world, and it seems that he's really progressing in something, and it looks really great. So if you look at the testnet, sometimes there's some things coming up with BMI and all the stuff. This is all from Hong Kong, so they're working on that. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's just nice. It's like a gamified version of something, and pretty cool. Yeah, it looks promising, very promising. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Oliver.
That was a quick session today, wasn't it?
Yeah. We have no questions. That's all.
No
okay,
problem.
bye.
Bye.